Hello and welcome to the Sailing My Magic channel. My name is Duke and I'm solo sailing Magic, my 2015 Lagoon catamaran, around the world. While I was in Nuku Hiva, I was having problems with my solar because there were so many clouds and so much rain over a few week period. So I decided to leave, even though I didn't have a full solar charge, and head over to Oia. The winds jumped up to 20 knots and the seas are very rough. Interesting sailing. I did have time to make my traveling food. In this case it was chicken breast, pasta, a garlic herb sauce with mushrooms, corn, peas, carrots, and this will last me for 5 days. I've set my sails to handle winds up to 35 knots, so I have plenty of safety room. There's a 45-foot sailboat going roughly my direction. The winds have picked up to 23 knots and I'm overtaking them. I'm using the generator to recharge my batteries since a lot of the solar is not available due to overhead clouds. Before leaving Nuku Hiva, I had done the calculations at a set speed to time my entrance into the pass when entering an atoll. An atoll is dotted with reefs and islands in a circle like a bowl. Water moves in high tide and low tide, both of which happen twice a day. So 4 times a day the water is either gushing in or out of the bowl with strong currents wherever the water flows through the pass. That makes timing critical when going through the passes. Since I was traveling 550 miles to get to the nearest atoll, I wanted a backup plan in case the parameters for my calculations changed along the way. So instead of just calculating for Rarioa, I also kept a close eye on the atolls for Makimo and Makarava. Each was a little farther away so I could make time adjustments to enter the pass during high or slack tide. During the second night of my passage, an unusual storm came up. It changed the angle of the wind, the speed of the wind, and the angle of the waves hitting the boat. I had to change the direction of the boat and the speed, and that threw off all my calculations. When I realized that none of these islands would work for my current location and speed, I picked out a new atoll. From that point, I focused on Rangiroa. I didn't want to sail through a bunch of small islands in the dark, so instead I doubled back, heading northwest, so that I could cut down southwest to Rangiroa. Then after I rest up for a few days there, it's only a couple of 100 miles to Tahiti. New dawn. New dawn. And right over this way is the tip of Rangiroa. I need to fit between the pass. There's supposed to be a light on the point of the northwest corner of Rangiroa, and I have not seen that light all night. And I'm getting pretty close to it. It's about 2.5 miles away right now. It should be visible at 5 miles, so maybe it's not working. You can see the point on Rangiroa, and I'm nearing that, turning the corner. On the left, that curve is the next atoll over, and I'm just going to shoot the gap in between those two. How I can safely sleep while solo sailing. What I do is I have the Zeus 3 chart plotter and the Halo 20 Plus radar unit for the E16 system, and this allows me to set not 1 but 2 bands of radar alarm. You can see the 2 circles there. So if any ship or storm or anything significant goes within there, it will set off an alarm. I also have two systems for sensing things on the ship. I have AIS, which is an automatic identification system for ships that are broadcasting. That's usually bigger ships, but it does include a lot of yachts also. And then I have the radar system. But when I switch it back, bands don't show up, but they're there. The AIS shows up as little triangles for other boats, and the radar shows up as red blotches. There's Tahiti, a large island with huge tall mountains. I'm heading towards Papeete Bay. Lots of reefs in Tahiti. So far in Tahiti, it's been nice big modern markers for entrances to the reef. The nice thing is the water is clean even around the marina. Dock at Tiani Marina has a real dinghy dock. Has brickwork on the solid dock. They're med-mooring along this side. That's the common thing to do here, I'm told. And there's one of the problems with med-mooring. You have to have a million lines going out so you don't break loose. And a nice little dock here. I've got to walk over and find the trash point. Here's the end of the dock, and there is a trash point here. I had to ask the guy, and he answered me in French. I always remember tourner à gauche is turn left, like gauche, oh you're so gauche, like you're a socialist or communist. And then tourner à droite is turn right. And I understood what he was saying. Cute little restaurant here that I'll have to try on the way back. I heard it's expensive, but it looks nice. Boat yard for small boat storage. Carrefour, it's described as the French version of Walmart. Now it's time for that sailor's long tradition, a sundowner. Enjoy your day.